Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us with this special treat for our Inside Sweet Tooth segments. All the way from the North Pole, we have Santa and Mrs. Claus. Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome.
Jeff.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
Hi.
I'm doing all right, thank you. How's it going at the North Pole?
Busy.
So busy, but the weather's turning just beautiful. We
Oh,
have
good.
12 feet of fresh snow today, so we are getting
Whoa.
ready to go.
Okay, that sounds great. I know, and I really appreciate you taking time for all the boys and girls around the world to take time for this special treat. I know there's been this book that's been written about you, and we're going to be able to read it today. So, can you just tell us a little bit about how that came about? I think it's written by Bob Ulick and Jocelyn Whitney, I believe.
That's right. They are friends of ours who live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where you are, I believe.
Uh-huh.
And that's where we get a lot of our summer vegetables from them. They garden. And since we can't really grow very many good vegetables here at the North Pole, we visit them every year. We told them this story quite a long time ago. And by golly, they turned it into a book.
All right, that's good. And I just want everyone to know that Sweet Tooth, it has the book, signed copies, signed by Santa and Mrs. Claus at Sweet Tooth. So I believe, is that right? Did you all sign it, or did
I believe that the authors have signed these.
Got you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That is great. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just jump into it. I know this is a very busy time for you all. So I'm going to change this view, and let's see here. And you can take it away.
Oh, Santa, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. This is the story, Moms, the Mountain of Mismatched Socks. Story by Bob Bulick and Jocelyn Whitney. Illustrations by Sandy Hall. Santa's going to help me by showing some of the illustrations.
I may be sloppy, but I'm trying.
A few years ago at the North Pole, Santa was feeling perplexed. Mrs. Claus noticed he wasn't finishing. Oh, look at that, Santa. He looks just like you.
He does.
Amazing. Santa wasn't finishing his favorite cookie snacks, so she knew something was bothering him. He told her that for some time he had been worrying about coal. Now, everyone knows when children have been naughty, they get coal instead of a toy from Santa. But Santa wasn't happy about that for two reasons. First, he said, even if they have been a little naughty, I still think each child should receive some kind of toy, but they do need a reminder that they need to behave better. Second, our coal supply is nearly gone. It is such a mess to mine it, and it's dangerous to people and to the air. I just don't want to use it any longer. Well, Santa, said Mrs. Claus, what can you give the children as a reminder? That's the problem, said Santa. I don't know. I've been using coal for so long, I don't know what else to use. I know. Let's ask those creative elves. They'll have an idea. Blow the trumpets, post the banners, and let them know you need their help. The Great Elf Congress convened in Santa's throne room. All the elves listened to Santa's dilemma and offered solutions. Elf Sunshine recommended a small bag of nails to warn children against sharp tempers. But Santa said, oh, no, we certainly don't want any child to be hurt by nails. Frostine suggested snowballs because being mean makes a child's heart cold. But Mrs. Claus reminded them that snowballs would melt in the South, leaving soggy Christmas stockings. No one wanted to deal with that smell. They were seriously ordering Brussels sprouts when the door opened and in walked the always late for everything elf Argyle. Santa stood and stared, open mouthed. Oh, well, your mouth was open bigger than that. Bigger. Okay. Santa, mind your manners. It's not polite to stare. He's only a little late, chuckled Mrs. Claus. Then she looked at Argyle and her mouth dropped as well.
Wider, wider.
Argyle, what on earth are you wearing? Everyone turned to look, not yet. Everyone turned to look at the tardy little elf. Now, since there is so much snow at the North Pole, because of the snow, everyone's so white. Everyone there loves to wear bright colors. Santa and Mrs. Claus are no match even for the elves, who wear the most brilliant colors imaginable. But Argyle's coat was beyond description. It had every color of the rainbow, but it also had plaids, stripes, tweed, cable knits, and polka dots in it. This coat was dotted with strange socks. None of them matched. They were stitched onto the coat like pockets or patches. Santa recovered his wits and asked, Argyle, where on earth did you get that coat? It is a most unique. In unison, all the elves cried out, Moms! Santa and Mrs. Claus looked at each other confused. Whose mom? No one's mother, the elves cried. Well, we don't have a store named Moms up here, Santa insisted. No, laughed the elves. It's not a store. Come, we'll show you. The next morning, a team of elves rowed the Clauses in a boat out past the island of misfit toys, and suddenly they saw the most amazing sight. It was a small island made up of the largest pile of socks imaginable. In fact, according to the elves, it was a mountain of mismatched socks, or moms. The Clauses' mouths were open again. Argyle explained that the elves had discovered the mountain and had studied it long and hard. They watched each night to discover where the socks came from because the mountain just kept growing. They had seen a sock fall from the sky, and so they had borrowed a reindeer and followed the trail back to the source. Elf Sunshine explained, you see, Santa, when people do the laundry, a sock always goes missing in the dryer. We discovered that those socks were escaping through the vent, getting sucked up into the jet stream, then carried high in those winds to the North Pole. There is a hole in the ozone there, and those socks were falling through it. Plop, plop, plop. They piled up into that mountain. But wait a minute, Argyle's coat didn't come through the dryer, Santa exclaimed. Sunshine laughed merrily. Oh, of course not. We couldn't let all that good yarn go to waste from the socks. You know we recycle everything up here. We have been making clothes out of unraveled socks for a while now. Argyle just got a bit impatient with unraveling the socks, so he puts them on his suits whole. But the problem is, even with new wardrobes for all of the elves, the mountain keeps getting bigger. We don't know what we are going to do with all the rest of those old socks. Santa and Mrs. Claus gave each other a wink. Oh, we'll think of something. So ever since then, instead of coal, Santa has carried a bag of mismatched socks on the sleigh on Christmas Eve. Each naughty child still gets a gift, but they also get an old sock as a reminder that they can be nicer next year. The end.
All right.
That is the true story of how it happened.
Well, that is great. I love that story. I hadn't heard it before. Okay, well, like I said, I know you all are busy. We have the books at Sweet Tooth for children of all ages. And Santa and Mrs. Claus, I really want to thank you for kind of showing this to us first. And I know there will be children all over the world who'll be perhaps some of them even getting some socks. And I think that they'll oh, what am I trying to say here? I think everyone will enjoy the story quite a bit.
Well,
again-
thank you. We think that this year, because of all the turmoil in the world, that a lot of children this year are going to get a little bit of extra grace from Santa on that naughty list. It's been a little extra difficult this year, so we understand.
And I hope all your socks match.
Yes.
Yes, and may all your socks match. All right. Well, thank you very much, and
All right.
we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Jeff. It's wonderful to
Bye-bye.
see you.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.